Okay, so here we go. Toy four-wheeler mod to Barrage chassis part 2. Let's get into it. I have to finish mounting the body to the chassis. I didn't get that done the other night on the live stream. So I see an easy way to mount it, and I just have to remove the body and make a bracket to mount the rear end with. The rear end of the body to the chassis. So I'm going to unscrew this one, put it up there with those screws, and unscrew this one put it with those screws. And I just got a text notification. Sure y'all heard my phone buzz. Set that body aside for right now, and right here is where I'm going to mount the bracket to install the rear body mounts. Right to the top of this shock tower here on each side, which I think will be super sweet. I have the battery for this currently on the charger, so it's getting charged up. Enjoying my coffee. Front works like it should. Rear works like it should. Let's get designing a bracket. I just need a flat piece of aluminum. So I'm going to cut this off right here to the length I need it. Oh, and I didn't cover up my pen the other night. Darn it. I'm going to line that up with that hole. I'm going to mark it right there. Well, maybe I'm not. Let me go through a little bit of moisture on this and see if I can get it right again. Well, it might work for a while. We'll see. And it might not. It might be a goner. Dadgummit. I have a standby. Hopefully this one will work. Oh yeah, nicely. Nicely. Okay, I think the noisy part's done. Now I ought to be able to just bend this off of here. Let's see. Knock all the shavings off of it. It's going to be the best way. Probably like this. Or like this. Just like that. Boy, that's pretty. File off the sharp edges. There we go. check the fit. Well, I made the bracket the right width, but I thought I was going to be able to use that existing hole, and I'm not. So, time to make another one. I'll be right back. Okay, cutting's done. We'll get that off of there. File off the edges a little bit. Yeah, all the edges are nice and round now, nothing sharp. Now let's see how it's going to fit. Oh boy, that's going to be tight. That's going to be perfect, I believe. Now I just have to drill a really tiny hole in the very end of it. Or is it going to be big enough? Oh, looky there. It's not big enough. Daggone the luck. Well, I guess third time's a charm, right? Well, back to the cutting. Okay, so now we got that done. Cutting is. Now I need to make the bracket be as wide as the mount screws. Oh, and they're not straight across either. Look at that. That's interesting. That means I have to mount them according, I have to drill holes according to where those are. Well, that's going to be new. Yeah. I'm going to make this thing straight. Like that. And then make a measurement of how far off the holes are. And my calipers are clear out in the other room on the other desk, so I'm not going to worry about getting them. It looks to me like it's, let's see, to the center of the hole is 6 millimeters. All right, so turning this over, I got to keep this straight and then measure the distance, the difference to this one, to the center of the hole. And this one appears to be, there's an easy way to do this here. Should have just went and got my caliper. I'd have had these measurements done by now. To the edge is 3 millimeters. So the right hand hole has to be 3 millimeters forward of the left hand hole. So I can do that. All right. This over here. And let's first get a length. I want to come past the end just a little bit, let it stick out over here because there's nothing in the way. So let's mark that about there. That ought to be good. Put the cap on the pin. Let's cut that off. Nice square cut, pretty good. Close enough. And now it's time to mark a hole. Distance from the end. We're going to go right here. Okay. Then we're going to go right there. All right. Pretty good. And we just got to go 3 millimeters forward of that other one. So that one is 7. So if we drill this one at 4, we'll be 3 millimeters forward of it. And there we have the layout for the hole pattern. All right. Then I just got to decide what screws. Probably those will work. Actually, these would probably work better. Same kind I used in the front. Little bitty head. Little bitty ones. Too small. Next size up. I should have remembered that 7/64 from the other day. Okay. There's one. There's two. deburr the back side. And if my holes are right, this is still going to be on there perfectly parallel to the chassis, or perpendicular to the body rather. So look at that. Don't get any better than that. Alright, now I got to line up these holes. So that side is forward of that side. I got to make sure I get this thing oriented right. Center it. Oh man, these holes are going to be really close to those other ones. Really close. That looks about right there. Mark the center. Oops. Get back down here where you belong. Dog. I might have to do something different on this. Mark the center. Center of this hole is going to be really close to that hole. So I don't know if this is going to work out right here. I might have to make a fourth one of these brackets. I can pull these body pins out. I'm not going to need them at all. And that gives me a new idea. That gives me a new idea. Well, would you imagine that? I've been making a bracket for the wrong holes. It's a little bit funny. It's not funny. But this bracket may have just got a whole lot easier to make, because I can make two more just like this to use on the back right here under those screws and under these shock mount screws. I'll be right back. Got another little piece of bracket here, and I'm going to cut it. I made the two brackets are going to be right at 7mm wide, and I'm going to try and cut these with the hacksaw and see how this works out. Ooh, almost spilling the coffee. That would be bad. Okay. That'll be good. Now I need to drill the holes for the shock tower mount part. Well, it's still kind of one piece, and that can be pretty small. Probably going to need longer screws. Those aren't going to be long enough to go through the shock and the bracket. This might pose to be a little problem, because I don't know if I've got anything longer that's small enough to do the trick. That one's kind of big. I guess I could cut it off, drill out the shock mount a little bit so it goes through there. Don't really want to do that. Wait a minute. What do we got back here? Let's get... That one would work. Have I got another one of them? Well, it'd be my lucky day if I got another one of them in there. Hey, I do. I got two. All right. I can cut them off to the length I need, and all will be well with the world. Okay, so now, well, that's good coffee. And I did spill just a little drop. I'm gonna wipe that off. Wipe off the bottom of the cup. Yeah, there we go. All is well with the world. Okay, now where was I? This will go on there like that. Yeah, perfection. Okay, let's chuck this back up. First, let's draw a straight line across them so that we can get our holes drilled evenly. So to draw a straight line, an easy way is just use your finger in the edge of the material and just draw a line across it, kind of like that. Pick a bit. That ought to do. And I believe these screws are small enough to go through the shocks. Well, almost. The bit goes through, but the screw doesn't, so that tells me the bit's not big enough. Okay, this is the bit I need. Well, everybody, you could have been anywhere. You chose to be here, and I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Well, everybody, you could have been anywhere. You chose. Good night, everybody.